We got the beets, we got the beets, we got the beets. Yeah, we got the beets. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again. Today I'm just gonna go through my seeds and kind of organize them and look through what I've got as I'm getting ready for the spring season. You might remember I did this last year on my channel. I do it probably at least once a month or so, just kind of go through my seeds, see what I have, and maybe start some new plants. So it's February 1st here in Phoenix, so we'll be getting our pepper and tomato transplants out pretty soon, and we've got a lot of new spring things to get started. So that's kind of what I am looking for. So if you haven't watched my channel before, I keep all of my seeds in this photo album. I'm not that into the color or the look of it, but it does the trick, and I keep all of my seeds in here, and I kind of just section them by types of plants. So here are my tomato seeds, and then I did get some new ones this year, and I actually started some of them already, and so that's why they're pulled out, and so I'm just putting them back in. The new ones were the black strawberry tomato and the Korean long tomato, and then immediately after the tomatoes I have my peppers. So I have a couple, let me see, to go in here, and I always have lots of help. So I started these as well. I've got the little seed starts back in my laundry room, and this one is empty, but that's okay. I'll put that one in here. So the peppers that I started were this paprika pepper, this Leccia pepper, and the Jimmy Nardello Italian pepper. Someone watched one of my videos and commented that they grew the Leccia pepper recently and they really liked it, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then if you remember my garden goals, I'm really excited to try to make my own paprika this year. I use a lot of it in my cooking, so I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to have my own. Slide over. And next are, let's see, so I didn't start some of these things yet, or I already had some outside, so I didn't start more of them. Let's see, oh, there's more tomatoes here. I might have to do some of these tomatoes again, but that's not a big deal. So next, I think my squash come up. Yeah, here they are. So I got this one. I think I'm actually gonna put some of these in the ground today, and some of the honey nut squash if I can find those seeds. I know some people in the comments were like, oh, you're planting stuff at the wrong time, and I was like, yeah, you know, I do that actually, and sometimes stuff grows, and seeds aren't that expensive, so I just like to always be experimenting and trying different stuff. So I just plant a little bit every day all the time, and it helps, you know, like when I have the whether it's the rabbits or the javelina or the birds or whatever digging up things, it's nice to just always be planting, always have stuff out there so that it's never like too big of a loss. So I think I'll just throw one of these out there too, and one of these. So this, if you haven't grown this before or heard of this, it is the Lady Godiva squash. These produce those green pumpkin seeds that some people call pepitas. They're considered like a top superfood. They say the squash is edible. I tried it before, and I would say edible is about the nicest thing I could say about it. I might try it again this year, but here's the seeds, and so they're terrific as like pumpkin seeds in salads and stuff. I've even put them in bread when baking bread, so definitely always want to be growing one of these for sure. So I'll get some of those outside today. Let's see, beets and radishes. I'm not quite sure where those will go. Sorry, Sophie. More zucchini. So I love zucchini. It's like my second favorite garden thing after cucumbers. But the varieties I'm most excited about always really struggle. So the ones that everyone grows, like the dark green and the kind of more basic ones that they sell just at the big box stores, those do tend to do really well for me, but every time I try to grow something a little different, it really struggles. So that would be the round zucchini. This is the gray zucchini, which are really common at the grocery store around here. Which I've never really seen them at the grocery store until I moved out to Arizona. And then these Romanesco, man, I would love to grow these. I went through a whole seed packet and didn't get a single zucchini. So I had to buy a whole nother seed packet. Maybe this year will be the year. I'm gonna throw a couple of those outside and see what happens. So that might be all. But yeah, I buy a lot of zucchini seeds because they are just my favorite garden thing. But I learn something new every year, and we'll do better next time. So here's my cucumbers. I have a bunch of cucumber starts in my laundry room as well. And then I didn't start any melons yet. Once I get the cucumbers outside in maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll start the melons. More cucumbers. These are empty. I don't grow those anymore, but I like to keep stuff just, you know, for posterity, I guess. I keep the seed packet just so that I can always kind of remember that I grew it. So I have this Chinese pink celery. I think I put this outside, but then I think the javelinas tore up that particular part of my garden. So today I'm just gonna, because I only have so much time in the garden every day, so I'm just gonna plant those winter squash that I set aside. But I'll have to make a note to myself to get some of this outside. Growing celery from seed is very difficult in my experience, and based on other YouTubers that garden, I've heard the same thing. So it's kind of just something I keep trying. Maybe someday it'll be successful. Here is some Swiss chard that goes, I'll put that over here. So my organization is getting a little off, but that's okay as long as everything's kind of generally in the right spot. And then this is the red Malabar spinach. Something I've been meaning to grow for years, finally got me some seeds. So I'll probably wait until it's like warm at night to put these outside, until it's at least like 60 at night. I believe that's what the seed packet says on the back. Yeah, this is really a warm weather thing, so we'll tuck that away. And then here we're getting into herbs. So I do have all these radish seeds that need to go in here somewhere. Maybe radish and onions will go good together. It's getting a little out of control, but that's all right. I like to just go through my seeds. It's kind of like a therapeutic thing, and it also reminds me, you know, what I have and if I'm like low on something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of start up a new section of onions and radish type stuff, and maybe like root crops. So here go those radishes, and I do have some of these outside and they're already growing. I think I started them like a week or 2 ago. Same with the beets. The radish will probably be ready way before the beets, but all right, so there's all of those. And then where's my carrots? I love growing carrots. Some things from the garden taste exactly the same as the grocery store. Hate to say it, and some things taste completely different, and carrots is one of those things that tastes completely different and way better from the garden. They are way sweeter and they have a way more intense carrot flavor. So that's why I like growing them. I've had great luck with these Danvers 126 half long. These have grown really well for me. Of course, it's very dry here. We get very little rain. So the fact that these did well for me was promising. I don't label carrots really well. I just kind of like to tuck them in everywhere. So I never really know sometimes like which is which, but I'm pretty sure that the ox heart carrot, which is these ones here, I'm pretty sure these split on me because they didn't get enough or consistent watering. So, you know, I'll keep trying. I'll always, you know, keep trying. Seeds aren't that expensive and there's a ton in here. And I did get 2 packets just because I was like real excited about carrots when I bought these seeds. So I'll keep trying them. But again, I'm just gonna focus on getting squash outside today, so I'll just be tucking my carrots away. And then we're into my flowers. So I noticed that some volunteer sunflowers were coming up, actually a lot in the last couple of weeks. So I've been putting sunflowers outside as well. And they're starting to come up, which is way earlier than the agricultural calendar says. But I mean, that's why I kind of just do whatever, and I'm always trying new things because those sunflowers are already coming up. And so I'll probably have some really big, beautiful sunflowers by like April, which is super exciting because I don't even think I'm supposed to start putting them in the ground for a while. So here we have Chinese chives. I was very excited to grow these as well. I really like to use them in my cooking. But they seem to need a lot of water. So far, you know, haven't had great success with them. And the 1 or 2 little plants that I had, like the javelina, bowled them over. So I don't have any more. That's okay. And then I think I normally keep the beans toward the end because the seed packets are so fat. But I'm not going to put beans outside yet, although I will say that I have several bean plants right now out in the garden that have overwintered. I'm not sure if it's when I don't label them. I just remember where I plant these usually. So I have a couple of these plants growing really well right now that have overwintered. So I will plant more, but it's kind of cool like that they're still there from last year. And also they compete really heavily with the bugs. So I feel like the cold weather kept the bugs away from the plants, like all the bugs were dead or hibernating or whatever, so that it gave the beans a chance to get started. Because when I tried beans last year and I put them out between like February and March, they didn't get beyond like, you know, a couple of inches tall, and I'm pretty sure that it was because of the bugs, because when I turned the leaves over there's all like aphids and like spider mites and things. So now that I planted them kind of at the end of the summer, the bug population has been limited and it's given them a chance to grow. So that ended up working out well. So you never know, like just try stuff. That's all I can say about gardening. Don't follow the rules. Just go with your gut and do whatever you want to do, and sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. But the best part is seeds are super cheap or free. And hopefully you have a friend or two that will share their seeds with you, or you can save your seeds and you can share and swap with each other. Our local library actually has a seed bank type of thing. I haven't gotten out there to do that yet, but I'm curious about that for sure, where you can just get seeds for free. I obviously have a lot and don't really need any more, but I'm always interested in growing more stuff. So that, oh, and then these are melons. So I saved these seeds from a melon last year, and a good thing I did because I don't have any more. So I'll get those in here. They are the Emerald Gem Melon. So I'll just slide that behind so that I always have the little original packet with the instructions, but the actual seeds will just like be in here. I don't... So this is a Musk Melon and it's called PMR Delicious. I don't think I got any of these melons last year. So, you know, it's like I went through the whole seed packet. I didn't get any successful plants, and sometimes to me that just means like it wasn't meant to be and it just didn't do well in my area. Sometimes I get really motivated and I really feel like, no, like I have to grow this, like the Brad's Atomic Grape Tomato or the Santa Fe Grande Pepper. There's just certain things that I'm like, no, I need to grow this. But for this one, it was like, you know, it just didn't work out. And that's unfortunate, but that's okay. I also did get more melon seeds a couple of seed hauls ago. So I got this Royal Golden, this Rich Sweetness, and this Desert King. And I thought there was more. Oh, I have some seeds that I saved that are in a container. I have to transfer them to like a little baggie so they can go in here. But yeah, I did grow this one. You know, The negative of these was that like they are super small and they're mostly seeds and rind, and there is hardly any actual fruit. And to me, the flavor of the fruit was like not really that exciting at all. But what I will say is they were super pretty. I mean, look how pretty these are. And then also I didn't realize they're actually like the size of a tennis ball. I thought it was gonna be like a melon, but they're actually just the size of like a tennis ball. So it was kind of cool. Also, they were very compact space-wise. They did not take up much space at all. The vines were really like compact, and they were very productive. So, you know, I'm definitely gonna grow it again. I think it'll grow nice vertically, which I didn't grow it vertically last season, but I'm gonna do that this year. I'm gonna grow it again. We'll see. Some people online said that once they get ready to harvest, if you water them with Epsom salt, they taste better. I don't like to get that fancy with my gardening really, but I'm gonna give it a try and we'll just see how it goes. Let me think. Yeah, that's that. And then I'm super lucky because I had planted some of these at the end of last summer, and they didn't produce any fruit, but the vines are still alive. So hopefully, like when it starts to warm up, I should be like the first one on the block with melons. So, you know, just me doing my thing. So I guess that's kind of it. So I'm gonna take these outside, poke a couple of them into the ground, say a little prayer, and we'll see what grows. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.